Hey guys, welcome to the Step Outside YouTube channel. If you want to see catches like this, stick around, like and subscribe. Here's what's coming up.
I've been some crazy since the day I was born. I've done some things that you just couldn't ignore. It's the chase and the haste of all I adore. But you got me where you want me, so just give me some more. It's like, it's just my wild side. It's a state of mind. It's just my wild side.
G'day team, it's nice and early. Sun hasn't come up yet, but it is the golden hour, not only for sunrise, but also for fishing. Today we're targeting mackerel, Spanish mackerel to be precise. I'm using a rig here, which is going to be a little bit scary for some people, but once you get the hang of it, it's not bad. And it's called a chin rig. This chin rig is going to tow this striped tuna brilliantly. And if there's a mackerel about, he's going to hook up onto these larger 9/0 hooks and I'll bring him back to the boat. I'm also putting some wire on top here, followed by a very small black crane rolling tool, if you can see that. So I'm only using about 1.25 foot of wire, single strand. All I'm going to do here is I want to line up this chin rig underneath the bait. So I want his head to sit in that groove here. Those spikes will go up through his head and then I'll attach that via some rubber bands. But I'm going to put the hooks into him. So the first hook needs to be down here. In goes the spikes. Just like that. Now to attach this here, I use rubber bands. Go around the top hook. Like so. And that's it. Now that is going to tow like a demon. Have a look at this.
I got a problem being told what to do, but don't forgive me, I won't give it to you. It's the waste of the ways that we try to excuse. I will tell you what I'm feeling and you'll know that it's true. It's like, it's just my wild side. It's just a state of mind. It's just my wild side.
So I'm just letting out my line here. I'm going to run about 40 meters, maybe 50 meters behind the boat. So once it gets out to where I want it to go, take that ratchet off. Just put him out there, he's just gonna swim along. Already got one bait in the water. One of the most important pieces of equipment that I think is really a good necessity to have when you are trolling this sort of style, even lures like divers and stuff, is to have, I think that'll be enough there. Set your drag first before I get into the equipment. Yep, that's perfect. Lever drag, TLD 20, can't go wrong. There's one of these rod holders from Relax. They are the bomb. Put them into the holder like that, on an angle. It keeps the rod low, like so. Otherwise your rod's going to be sticking out like this out of your rod hole of your boat, so you want to keep it nice and low. So my family can't take the dogs for a walk today because I've got the dog lead here and I'm just going to hook that up here. So if I'm on the turn and the rod is facing vertical or straight towards the line, towards the bait, fish can't grab it and pull it out. I'm attached, so I'm not going to lose my gear. But other than that, now we just wait. So all I'm doing now, I've just got to go back and check the baits that I've put in just in case, because the tuna flesh is quite soft, right? So we don't want it ripping apart and you're trolling around half a bait or one that's really not doing too well, it's not swimming. So just keep checking and run through the pattern again. I actually put out an extra rod in the middle there with a big garfish. So this little puppy, he is swimming majestically. Have a look at that. Look at his tail. Magnificent. with my lever drag is I've got the general rule of thumb is when you go to strike, there should be 1/3 of the breaking strain. So I'm running 15 kilo line class on here, which is platypus pretest. So by right, I should be at 5 kilo drag on strike. Now, if the fish is just dumping my reel, meaning it's taking all the line, is I press the button in, push that up to sunset. That means if you can't stop the fish there, either A, your line's gonna break, or B, you're gonna lose all your line. That's when you jam your thumb on the back end there and just control it a little bit more if you can. But yeah, don't need to go to there too often. So that's a beautiful drag setting right on strike. I'm just gonna back it back a touch. So if that fish hits, that hook's gonna go straight into his jaw. Nice. So the next piece of the puzzle when trolling baits is how fast do you go? Well, it's not about speed. You got to remember, baits don't swim too fast unless they're being chased. So we want the fish to resemble something that's just gradually swimming along nice and slowly, unaware that there's a big fish coming up to about to bite its tail. We're in neutral right now. We're in gear right now. The beauty of this particular outfit that I've got set up here on the Surtees is I can drop the speed activate control down, going to 80%, 70. It's going to drop now into an RPM mode. We're going to get down to percentages. So now my engine is going to go in gear, out of gear. So we're going really slow. In gear, out of gear. In gear, out of gear. So my bait's not going to be going too fast, so it actually rips off the hooks. It's going nice and slow, like he's just going for that nice Sunday morning cruise on the big old Harley. So we're just going to cruise along. I'm going to mark where I want to be. I'll put my GPS point in. I'm going to change that over to here so I can then do a slow U-turn and come back onto these marks. I'll change my track line, go to track point. The boat will now steer itself. I've got the radar up top, you can tell us if there's any boats around, but I can visually see. You've got to keep that good lookout, right? So having a good look around, I can safely do a turn here to come back onto the leading edge of the reef, and hopefully that's where some fish will be. And there's no boats in the way, so that's a good thing. There we go. This is what we're after. These are mackerel. These lines sitting in around 22 metres of water. I'm just going to put a mark on that with a yellow cross so I know exactly where they're sitting. They're just sitting on the back edge of this little bit of a rise here, a little bit of bait down on the bottom, not a lot, but they're the mackerel. That's what we want. Engine out of gear, get our baits to sink down 22 metres and see if we can't pull one out of that school. Got to just keep an eye out what's happening. We're on. Yep. We got this one. Woohoo! It's on for young and old. All right. Beauty of this is it's a cushion. Goes into the belly and it's going to hold us nice and tight and not going to get a sore gut. Now, I missed one on this rod. I got one on this rod and I'm kind of hoping one doesn't go off on the other rod. Now this is the garfish I put out earlier. So normally with a gari, you'll put like a pink skirt over his head, just attracts a fish. And I was contemplating, do I put a pink skirt on his head? Well, I didn't. And I'm okay that I didn't. As I was saying earlier, these things are just a godsend, I tell you. The cushions are so comfortable. You don't have to worry about that big cumbersome drop gimbal belt. Good for marlin and all that when you need to really use your legs, but in this case here, I'm happy with this. bad fish. Always keep pressure on, everyone. You always just gotta, if he's swimming up, man, you wind fast. Do not stop. You stop, you lose your fish. Always keep it up. Now, Jack, when we get him up, just watch your feet. I'll try and get a good gap onto him. Here he comes. Oh, no. No. No way. Are you serious? Oh. Folks, a Spanish mackerel it was. It was a Spanish mackerel. Oh my God. I got sharked big time, and that is not what I wanted to get. But I tell you what, he's left me the pointy end of the business, but unfortunately it's not what I wanted. Look at that. When the sharks are around, man, they just ground your fish down to nothing real fast. Oh man, I might be able to get a portion off that. I'll get one cutlet straight down here. Instead of throwing that away, there's still some good meat on that. So we're just going to tidy up the edges, because I love eating mackerel. Throw that back to the sharks. So we've got a nice clean edge there now. I'm then going to come in underneath that pectoral, chop down, like so. Remove that gut section. Look at that. We've still got one beautiful mackerel cutlet ready for dinner. I'm not wasting that because there is more than enough meat on that for a feed. So don't throw the head away if you get shark. There's still a little bit more meat in there, of course. So we can just get in there, trim it up. Underneath the pectoral again. No wastage. Don't let the shark beat you. It certainly was a lot of fun. I tell you what, there's loads of tips in there when you are coming out trolling for mackerel, all the way from the start with your rigs, the drag setting, and of course, these beautiful relaxed rod holes, just to keep your lures and your line and baits flat when you are towing. Again, if you're putting them up in the sky, of course, out of the back of the boat, your lure is going to trail higher, or your bait you're pulling is going to trail higher. Get it lower to the water. It's going to be a lot easier on that hookup as well. Instant reaction with that rod flexing back. It's little tips like that that's going to help you out. I'll tell you what, the next time you want to venture out, here's a few more tips to get you underway.
And here's some tips to trolling for Spanish mackerel. I was running a 15 kilo Shimano troll outfit with a TLD20. Chin rig trolled bonito. You want to work it super slow, in gear, out of gear. Work the bait balls or around the pinnacles, and your drag should be set to medium. Good luck!
And of course, thanks for watching Step Outside YouTube channel for lots of cooking and fishing action. Like, subscribe, and of course comment for more catches like this and cooking recipes.